first quarter. Hield hits another. What a half for Buddy Hield.
Steph Curry putting on a show here in the fourth quarter.
He has nothing to prove, and yet he's going to come in and try to prove something every single night.
Into the second round go the Golden State Warriors.
What you think your reputation is in this city?
I'm a winner.
Well, of that, there is very little question. Steph Curry and the Warriors advanced to play Minnesota. Now, this is both Windy and I find this stat impossible to believe.
We're just debating it.
I made everybody go back and check it like 6 times, but it's accurate. The Warriors are underdogs at ESPN Sportsbook in their upcoming series with Minnesota. This is the first time since Steve Kerr became their coach that the Warriors are underdogs to win a playoff series. It's impossible to believe, and yet it is true. And we were going through it in our minds. And maybe some of the years that we didn't expect them to be great, they either got knocked out in the play-in and didn't make it to the playoffs. They have never been an underdog in this entire run.
We just showed that stat about what happens to teams with one day off.
Right.
Coming in against rested teams. It was a 20-point differential. Right. That's what we're talking about tonight. Nuggets coming into Golden State or Oklahoma City. We could talk the same stat tomorrow with the Warriors having to go up to Minnesota. So I think there's a good chance Minnesota is going to get leverage in this series. And Minnesota, as the 6th seed, wakes up today with home court advantage. So I kind of get it. It wasn't like the Warriors impressed us the last 3 or so games of this series.
Well, and yet they've got all the experience and all the rest of that. And Jay, Will, you and I were talking this morning about sort of the big game hunting that Ant Edwards gets the chance to continue doing now. He's knocked off. He's sort of making his reputation on knocking off the legends of the game, and now he gets his crack against Steph Curry.
I mean, you got to think about it, Greeny. Like when he walks into his home, the pelts on the wall, right? And the pelts on the wall are, you talk about Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. The pelts on the wall are Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. The pelts on the wall are LeBron James and Luka Doncic. And now you get a chance. Look, it ain't Ant-Man, it ain't Superman, it ain't Batman. Like Lakers in 5, right? Like he carries that type of momentum, and he's hunting for pelts. And now to have the pelt to go against Stephen Curry. And do not forget, they just won a gold medal together. If there's anybody that spent a lot of time together this summer in training and understand how each one really works, that is Anthony Edwards and Stephen Curry. But also, if there's anybody that understands what Ant Edwards likes and doesn't like, that is Steve Kerr, who coached USA basketball this summer.
Yeah, excellent point, Jay Will. You know, when I think about this matchup, in particular, Anthony Edwards, we all know the show Game of Thrones is a character named Jaime Lannister. What's his nickname there? The Kingslayer. That's exactly what Anthony Edwards has become. You mentioned the players, Jokic, KD, now LeBron, Luka, and now he's salivating at the opportunity to take down Steph, the greatest shooter that we've ever seen. And you know what's crazy? You're talking about how you can take inspiration from being, mentored by the likes of who he has taken down. Well, Anthony Edwards actually led the NBA, if I'm correct, in 3-point makes this year. He emulated a lot of Steph's game to help him grow, and now he's carrying his teammates alongside him. This is not just the Ant show. He has that it factor that makes his teammates better. What Naz Reid has done, what Jaden McDaniels has done, they believe because that's the moxie, that's the swag, that's the aura that Anthony Edwards has.
We really, in this last series against the Lakers, we saw tremendous play by the role players, by the Wolves. Mm-hmm. Jaden McDaniels, probably the finest moment in his career. He had 2 or 3 awesome games in that series. If they can, Julius Randle just had the best series of his career, okay? Yeah. If they can keep that up with home court, with the size advantage that they have on the Warriors, with the depth advantage that they have on the Warriors, with home court advantage, this is a situation where you remember that this team made the conference finals last year, and they finished the season 17-4. It didn't get noticed because we were seeing all this other stuff. They finished the season 17-4. They go 4-1 against the Lakers. A lot of things are pointing towards the Wolves being in good position.
So we'll have tomorrow to sort of Jay Will wants a timeout. Go.
Wendy, I'm just going to say, I hear you. Last time they played, though, I think Golden State won. And all I will say is the Lakers have a very slow, methodical pace. What do we often talk about with the way they play? We always felt they should have sped the game up, try to make the game a little bit faster, considering they had that height disadvantage. The one thing that will be interesting to see how Minnesota plays, and yes, they do have the physicality and the size advantage, but I don't think Steph gets bothered as much by size. I think he gets bothered more by guards that can get up underneath him, like Amen Thompson and also Fred VanVleet, who are faster and quicker laterally. I know Jaden McDaniels, those guys have size, but also he allows him to play off of it more. And it also forces this Minnesota team to be disciplined defensively with all the ball movement. That is not what you saw against the Lakers. They could be physical because the Lakers' offense was stagnant at times. That's not how Golden State plays.
Let me point one thing out. Draymond Green last night got his 4th technical foul in 7 games. 7 technicals, you get suspended. He has 2 flagrant fouls. He gets 1 more flagrant 2 or 2 more flagrant 1s, he gets suspended. He is playing against Redick Gobert in this series, who is a famous antagonist of his. I'm not saying it's a lead storyline going into this series. I would just keep it in mind.
It is a storyline going into the series for sure, as the Warriors, just to sort of clean up some of the stats that you were giving, Jay Will, the Warriors won the season series 3-1, but Jimmy Butler didn't play in any of those games, so this is an entirely new series, and the Timberwolves can become the first team ever to eliminate both Steph Curry and LeBron James in the same postseason.
Don't tell that to Ant.
So you want to talk about going big game hunting?
Jimmy Butler
Ant-Man
will tell it to Ant.
has a chance to do it. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting little series to watch. Okay, so we have something brand new here we're going to do every Monday for you here going forward. In the world of sports, it was an unbelievable weekend. We're going to give you a chance to decide who you think won the weekend. We'll give you 4 options. Steals and one of the great technical fouls you will ever see on that dunk, as the Nuggets blew out his former team, the Clippers. Another one of those revenge games. Clippers got rid of him, and he winds up with the big night. So he's our third option in this exhibition against the Brazilian national team. I'm kidding, obviously. But anyway, so she was unbelievable. Everyone excited about it. Those are the options. You can go on my Twitter page, Twitter X, at ESPN Greeny, and cast your vote. By the end of the show, you will decide who the winner is. But I'm taking votes from everybody here. Who won the weekend in sports? You got Westbrook, you got Rantanen, you got Caitlin Clark, you got Scottie Scheffler. Windy, which way are you going?
Russell Westbrook, my gosh, he got to talk his talk. He's had so much disappointment, and so many teams have kicked him to the curb in the last 5-6 years. He got to do it in front of his fans against the team that let him go most recently in a Game 7 situation, high leverage. Boy, it's going to be hard to let this one go.
I really liked that moment.
He liked it too,
That's my favorite moment.
He's like, he teed himself up coming off of the rim. Shanae, you're going with Caitlin Clark.
If we're talking about doing something in front of your fans, no one did that bigger and badder. She's a bad moment for the one and only Caitlin Clark.
Okay, so those are the 4 options. You can cast your vote on my Twitter page.
What's
Twitter
your vote?
At ESPN Greeny. Well, I gave the options. I'm letting the people decide. That's the whole purpose of who won the weekend. If I had a vote, Jay Will, if I were to go off the board, I might vote for Ryan Clark. Did you see RC?
Oh.
He was with the Savannah Bananas. That's RC in the middle in the yellow. I just want you to watch the dancing.
Hey,
RC,
Macarena?
that man's got moves. Come on.
Hey.
Talk to me here, people.
Okay.
What do you think?
I need to see that.
A mild twirl.
Trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để gửi tặng đến các bạn. Và đây mình cần chuẩn bị đó là bút sáp màu. Đây là sản phẩm in sẵn để mình tô màu này. Đây là điện thoại để quay video này. Đây là điện thoại để mình quay video. Đây là giá đỡ điện thoại. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu. Và các bạn xem video của mình thì đừng quên ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục như vậy.